and welcome to another episode of EveryRing, that's everything wrestling. Ever wondered why stars may work in one company and not another? Today we will delve into such topic. WWE. Let's start with the head scratcher. Sting. The icon Sting revolutionized the industry. Everywhere he went he was impactful, and to have WWE squander his value away. Yes, Sting entered the game older, but what AEW did with his road to retirement was classy and epic. Samoa Joe. Another wrestler who just is a dominant force. In WWE he only reached NXT World title and both US and IC title, but never the World. Samoa Joe was a mainstay in ROH and TNA where he was just amazing, then WWE held him back where he was on commentary. Showing up to AEW was revitalizing for the human submission machine. Gail Kim. One of the best wrestlers in the business, and WWE just didn't know how to best utilize her work. Luckily TNA saw what her value truly is. Toni Storm. From pie to the face to being one of the greatest characters in the business. WWE truly dropped the ball on timeless Toni Storm. She single-handedly is the MVP of AEW. Swerve Strickland. Another mystery to why WWE didn't realize what they had. Swerve is possibly the biggest missteps in WWE. He's making noise in AEW and is part of the faces of the company. EC3. Now I understand why he didn't catch on, but somehow TNA did magic with one of the most misunderstood characters in wrestling. His 2 stints in WWE were uneventful. Lex Luger. This is going back in the day. Lex has everything Vince wanted in a wrestler, but it just didn't pan out. Was it Vince wanting to focus on bodybuilding instead of wrestling that derailed the train? Eric Young. The versatile superstar who can out-wrestle most superstars was never given an opportunity. Vince didn't see his quality and was lost in the shuffle. AEW. Cody Rhodes. It's hard to believe having the grandson of the plumber and not utilizing him better. The embodiment of wrestling should have been a slam dunk. CM Punk. This is controversial because he was world champion, but the whole outside the ring circumstances hurt AEW. Hindsight is 20/20, but wouldn't you want to keep the best in the world over anything? Camel. Signing the Brick House and not using her for over a year, then just squander the star makes no sense. The Lucha Bros. Another controversial take. Started off strong but then quickly lost in the shuffle. All ego Ethan Page. A wrestler who is the complete package but was not given a chance with AEW. Pairing with Scorpio Sky as part of the All-American Men should have been the refresher to move Ethan to next level, but he was consequently turned enhancement by counting the lights. Shawn Spears. This was tricky because injury inhibited growth and unfortunately too many factors used against Shawn. Rush. Where is he? Vignettes and nothing else. The legacy wrestler should be a bigger part in AEW but isn't even given TV time. Lexus King. The second-generation superstar was DOA on AEW's roster. The young star wasn't given an opportunity with screen time or mic time. TNA. Hammerstone. How can you have a specimen like Alex and do nothing with him? Injury did hinder him, but still, how could you drop the ball? Okada. Another head-scratcher. Getting one of the best young talents and put him into a generic Kato role that almost no one understood. TNA dropped the ball big time. Raven. A bit controversial, specifically when they made Raven a face but didn't do much with that, and unfortunately that led to a domino effect. All ego Ethan Page. Finding himself on the list twice. Again a very talented superstar that wasn't given a chance or opportunity. He was never utilized correctly with all his skills. Let's go to the discussion.
The biggest weekend in wrestling, TNA had its Unbreakable, and it was very eventful, where a new international champion will be crowned. 1. Eric Young defeated JDC and Zachary Wentz to qualify for the TNA International Championship 3-way. Wentz fires up on offense in a big way, but ultimately Young takes over and hits a pile driver for the win. Eric Young advances. 2. Steve Maclin defeated Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin to qualify for the TNA International Championship 3-way. Eddie turns into a KIA from Maclin, who follows up with the pin. With the win he qualifies for the TNA International Championship match against Eric Young and Aj Francis later in the show. Steve Maclin advances. International Championship. Aj Francis vs Eric Young vs Steve McCullen is set for the main event. 3. Moose defeated Sidney Akeem in an open challenge. Moose follows up with a massive spear that nearly beheads Akeem. He goes for the cover and gets the easy 1, 2, 3 for the pinfall victory in a match that featured as many bells and whistles as one could possibly imagine. They thank Merriman on commentary and he heads off. Winner, Moose. 4. Mike Santana, Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy defeated Mustafa Ali, NIC Namath and Ryan Namath. Santana runs down and hits STB on NIC. Matt hits Twist of Fate on Ryan in the ring. Jeff takes his shirt off and heads to the top. He connects with his Swanton Bomb for the pinfall victory in a very crowd-pleasing match. Winner, Hardy Boys and Mike Santana. 5. Joe Hendry and Masha Slamovich defeated Frankie Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard. Great match overshadowed by jeers of "she's racist," but Joe Hendry and Masha Slamovich conquering everything. Winner, Joe Hendry and Masha Slamovich. 6. Sami Callihan defeated Mance Warner in a barbed wire massacre match. Tables, stable guns, barbed wire. We see another standoff and this time they trade regular shots. Callihan grabs Mr. Socko and wraps him in barbed wire in another ode to Mick Foley. He then pays one final homage to him by hitting the cactus driver through barbed wire for the pinfall victory. That was absolute insane. Winner, Sami Callihan. International Championship match. 7. Steve McCullen defeated Aj Francis and Eric Young to become the first ever TNA International Champion. McCullen hits a spear to knock Francis down. He goes for the KIA, but Francis counters. He looks for a down payment, but McCullen counters the counter. He hits the KIA on Francis and covers him for the win. Steve McCullen is the first ever international champion.
NXT Stand and Deliver. Number 1. Matches * stipulations Meta Fort Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson vs. Fatal Influence Fallon Henley and Jacy Jane vs. Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan vs. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Fatal 4-way tag team elimination match to determine the number 1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Cora Jade and Roxanne. Lilith, Cora Jade and Roxanne. Toba, Meta Girls, Harvard, Cora Jade and Roxanne. Number 2, Zarya vs. Kelani Jordan vs. Sol Rucker vs. Izzy Dame vs. Lola Vice vs. Thea Hale. Ladder match for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Thea Hale. Lilith, Sol Rucker. Toba, Sol Rucker. Harvard, Thea Hale. Number 3, Stephanie Vaca Seat vs. Julia vs. Jordan Grace vs. Jada Parker. Fatal 4-way match for the NXT Women's Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Jordan Grace. Lilith, Julia. Toba, Stephanie Vaca. Harvard, Jordan Grace. Number 4, Nathan Fraser and Axiom Seat vs. Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. Tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Fraxium. Lilith, Fraxium. Toba, Fraxium. Harvard, Hank and Tank. 5, Ricky Saints Seat vs. Ethan Page's Ingles match for the NXT North American Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Ricky Saints. Lilith, Ricky Saints. Toba, Ricky Saints. Harvard, Ricky Saints. 6, The D'Angelo Family. Tony D'Angelo, Channing, Stax, Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino with Adriana Rizzo vs. Dark State. Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Saquon Sugars, and or Osiris Griffin. 6-man tag team match. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Dark State where Stax is the new leader. Lilith, Dark State where Tony D is the leader. Toba, the family but Stax turns his back. Harvard, Dark State. 7, Oba Femi Seat vs. Trick Williams vs. Jevon Vance. Triple threat match for the NXT Championship. C. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Oba Femi. Lilith, Oba Femi. Toba, Trick Williams. Harvard, Jevon Evans. WrestleMania 41, Night 1, April 19th. 1, Gunther Seat vs. Jey Uso. Singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Gunther. Lilith, Gunther, Toba, Jey Uso, Arvid, Gunther. 2. The War Raiders Eric and Eva Seat vs. The New Day Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods Tag Team Match for the World Tag Team Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, War Raiders. Big E helps War Raiders. Lilith, New Day, Toba, New Day, Arvid, War Raiders. 3. Rey Mysterio vs. El Grand Americano Singles Match. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, El Grand Americano. Lilith, El Grand Americano. Toba, Rey Mysterio, Arvid, El Grand Americano. 4. Jade Cargill vs. Naomi Singles Match. Predictions: Unanimous Jade Cargill. 5. LA Knight Seat vs. Jacob Fatuzingli's match for the WWE United States Championship. Predictions: Unanimous Jacob Fatu. 6. Tiffany Stratton Seat vs. Charlotte Flair Singles Match for the WWE Women's Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Tiffy Time. Lilith, Charlotte Flair. Toba, Tiffy Time. Arvid, Charlotte Flair. 7. Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk with Paul Heyman vs. Seth Rollins Triple Threat Match. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Seth Rollins. Lilith, Roman Reigns. Toba, CM Punk. Arvid, fans witnessing this epic battle, seriously Seth Rollins. Night 2 April 20th. 1. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez Seat vs. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria Tag Team Match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Predictions: Unanimous, Liv Morgan and Raquel retain. 2. AJ Styles vs. Logan Paul Singles Match. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Logan Paul. Lilith, Logan Paul. Toba, AJ Styles. Arvid, AJ Styles. 3. Ron Briaca Seat vs. Penta vs. Finn Balor vs. Dominic Mysterio Fatal 4-Way Match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Dirty Dom. Lilith, Penta. Toba, Ron Briaca retains. Arvid, Dirty Dom. 4. Damian Priest vs. Drew McIntyre Sin City Street Fight. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Damian Priest. Lilith, Drew McIntyre. Toba, Drew McIntyre. Arvid, Damian Priest. 5. Io Sky Seat vs. Bianca Belair vs. Rhea Ripley Triple Threat Match for the Women's World Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Io Sky. Lilith, Bianca Belair. Toba, Bianca Belair. Arvid, Rhea Ripley. 6. Cody Rhodes Seat vs. John Cena Singles Match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Predictions: Diablo Angelico, Cody retains. Lilith, John Cena. Toba, John Cena. Arvid, Cody Rhodes. Now to discuss wrestling weekend. So many great things occurring. WWE was very successful during Bloodsport. Karrion Kross, Pete Dunne, Charlie Dempsey and Natalie were all successful. Congrats to Steve Maclin for being the TNA's inaugural international champion. Congrats to Darby Allin, he's on his mission to climb Mount Everest. There were a lot of occurrences and ROH has a new TV champion in Nick Wayne, congrats. Let's go to matches of the week and wrestlers of the week. Matches of the week. Bayley vs Liv Morgan. The women's division is heating up and this match is a perfect representation for the upcoming WrestleMania Women's Tag Titles match. Rey Mysterio vs Julius Creed. This match was bananas and bananas are good. It displayed two unique styles where Julius Creed has all the making of being something special. North American Championship No. 1 Contender Fatal 4-Way Match. Ethan Page vs Lexus King vs Wesley vs Eddie Thorpe. The 4 stars just put out a stellar match, just amazing. Gauntlet match to become No. 1 contenders to the NXT Tag Team title. Hank and Tank had such a great run where the tag team division was highlighted wonderfully. Luchadors vs American Made. The athleticism and styling was just amazing. It may not be justified being the main event but you cannot deny the athletics of all those involved. The only negative was the injury to Rey Mysterio. Women's Owen Hart Cup Tournament. Mercedes Moné vs Athena. This match should have been the main event. Highly anticipated, and it fulfilled all the hype. Men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament, debuting Josh Alexander vs Adam Page. The only problem was the finish, other than that this was just a spectacular wrestling event. Men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament, Will Ospreay vs Alpha Takeshita. Two of the greatest stars, and they put out a true banger. The two didn't disappoint. Again, TNA was a great show, but the matches didn't deliver, but they did have a great Unbreakable, so they get a well-deserved pass. Wrestlers of the Week: Carmelo Hayes, winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Hopefully this is a start of more success to come. Thea Hale, long-awaited return and was successful in adding her name to the Women's North American Championship match at Stand and Deliver. Ops winning the AEW Trios belts and help fix one of the many issues of AEW. Hopefully they make an impact in the division and bring up the title's value. Nick Wayne, as mentioned earlier, the winner and new ROH TV champion. Nick Wayne and Billy Starks should be the face of ROH moving forward. Steve McLin, again as mentioned earlier, winner of the inaugural International Champion. Well, that's another week of EveryRing. That's everything wrestling. Happy WrestleMania weekend. Wrestling is something special. As you can see, our human element dealt with a lot of superstars. King Kong Bundy, a wrestler deserving WWE Hall of Fame. Sherry Martel was an amazing person who helped revolutionize the women's division. The Crusher, who Milwaukee famous, was a classic star. Puppet the Midget was a bigger-than-life superstar who is both engaging and ahead of his time. Wrestling is life and we want to push it forward.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin' shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin' Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
Kenosha Community Media. For years, we have informed, entertained, and performed community services for the city of Kenosha. Kenosha Community Media is your television station where you are the star, creator, and performer. To contact us, 262-564-6103. Website, kenoshamedia.org.
Hey kids! Do you guys like cartoons?
I love cartoons!
Do you like to see the old classic cartoons that your families were raised with?
I would love to, but where can I watch those at?
Well, we're bringing back classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where we resurrect old cartoons.
Oh, when is it on?
On Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. and Sunday mornings at 10:30, where you get to see classic cartoons like Betty Boop.
I love Betty Boop.
Popeye.
Big Popeye fan.
We have great Huckle and Jekyll.
Oh, I love those.
So Kenosha Community Media is bringing back the classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse.
Question, does Mr. Bonkers have any friends on that show?
He has a lot of friends. We're hosting, we're Chalk and Manimal, but he has great friends like Chef Luigi.
Look over the start, the kids.
He has Peanut the Peacock.
Hello, kids.
He has Cinnamon the Ape.
What's going on, brothers?
And his friend that also hosts a different show, it's Klutz the Clown.
Hey, kids, it's tough being a clown.
So if you enjoy cartoons, if you want to watch something that's whimsical and nostalgic, please tune into Mr. Bonker's Cartoon Apocalypse, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays at 10, Sundays at 10:30. And we would enjoy to join us because you could be our circus freaks. Bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.
Hey, Bambinos. Do you like movies?
I sure do. I like other movies.
Yeah, we have a new show called What the Heck Are We Watching?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, it's a show that we review movies for coming weeks.
No, what are we watching? You said what the heck are we watching? You tell me.
We're watching the movies.
Oh, that's all right. We're watching the movies. Hey, you knew we were doing this promo. How come you didn't put your shoes on? That's a little unprofessional, no?
Because we like to be freelancing. And we, every Friday at 5 and Saturdays at 10:30, you can listen to our reviews.
We have a great reviews. We're better than those other jabronis that used to do the reviews, huh?
Yeah, if you like Cisco and Ebert, you'll love us better. What the heck are we doing? Oh, watching.
I don't know what we're doing half the time either, but what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? We go over movies, we give them thumbs up, thumbs down, if we like them, and basically, we tell you if you want to go see a movie or not.
That's all right. And the most important message you get from the show is, visit your grandparents,
Yeah.
It takes 10 to 15 minutes. Just go see them, give them a kiss, some of the hugs, and go to visit, huh?
So, on Fridays at 5.
And Saturday mornings at 10:30.
What the heck are you doing watching?
What are you doing right now? It's what the heck are we watching? Sorry, my wife is suffering some of dementia, but it's a what the heck are we watching?
What the heck are we watching? Bye, Bambinos.
Now, my question I have to ask now, where the heck are we parking, right?
Service.
All right.
Just Turned Heel. Hosted by Danger Dan and Diablo Angelico, as seen on EveryRing That's Everything Wrestling. Behind the curtain look at professional wrestling. A gritty shoot style of interviews where we look at various aspects of wrestling. Ever wanted to know what an indie star needs to do to get their foot in the door? Ever wanted to know what a booker does? Ever wanted to know the purpose of a referee is? Just Turned Heel will plunge into the world of wrestling and look at every facet. Just turned heel. YouTube exclusive. Starting January 28, 2024.
Beware! Take care! The little green dragon sits on your doorstep. He eats little boys, puppy dog tails, and big, fat snails. Beware! Pull the string! Pull the string! Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater can be viewed on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, and Fridays at midnight. All right, ghoulies, you tune in. You won't be let down.
You haven't seen horror till you've seen horror of the crying skull. See teenagers getting killed. See horror coming at you every scene and a skull. See the skull coming at you. The skull, and hear her cry. I hope you enjoy the horror of the crying skull.